Hey there, what's going on? It's Lisa here of Happy Foods. Hope you have a super awesome day. I'm very excited. Today I am going to be making vegan scallops. I absolutely love scallops. If I have to pick one seafood that I love the most, it's probably scallops. Let's try to make a vegan version. I saw this done with someone else, and it looked pretty impressive, so I'm going to give it a whirl. And basically, the scallops are going to be these king oyster mushrooms. Now, mushrooms have a very meaty texture. They're a great substitute for a lot of stuff. And they also are very neutral in flavor. So it's a great opportunity to kind of add and let them take on some other flavors that will kind of mimic what you're trying to go for. So these king oyster mushrooms, you want to get the king ones because they have the very, very thick stems. Now I got these at the Asian market. So look up to see if you have one, because you probably have one nearby. And if not, your local grocery store or specialty market might have them, or they might be able to order them for you. It was $3 for 3 big daddies. And you can see they're white, and they're going to be the exact size of a scallop. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut off the top, and I can use that for stir fry or anything I want to use a mushroom for. But they're not really going to serve a purpose for the scallops because they don't look like a scallop. So I'm just cutting the tops off. And then I'm just going to cut them in kind of like thick pieces, size of a scallop, all the way so you get to the end here. And these are going to be my scallops. Now, I look like a scallop. So I'm going to finish cutting these up, and then I'm going to show you, I'm going to make a little bit of a brine so the scallops can kind of soak up in there and get a little flavor and tenderize a bit. So we'll get the brine together in just 1 second. Alright, now I have all my scallops ready to go. And what I did was I made a little brine because scallops come from the ocean and they have a little bit of that kind of sweet saltiness to them. So what I got here is I've got 4 cups of water with 1 tablespoon of salt, and I just stirred that around. And I'm going to add the scallops, or the mushrooms, soon to be scallops, to the kind of salt water. And if they start to float up a little bit, which they will, you can put a plate down or a bowl, so just to kind of keep them under the water. And I'm not going to let them sit in here too long. I just want them to kind of soften up a bit and just to kind of absorb a little bit of that flavor and kind of get that texture, because the scallop is very, very soft and tender and just, I don't know, just got a certain kind of texture to it. So I'm going to let these sit in here. I'm going to check on it. I'll let you know how long I'm just going to kind of feel for it. I don't want to get too soft, because then when I go to saute them, water's just going to come out. So I'm just going to probably let them sit. I'm going to put the timer for maybe like 5 minutes, and I'll check on them. And then we'll get to the next step. It looks like 5 minutes was perfect, 5 or 6 minutes. And I basically took the mushrooms out of the brine, and I just have a plate here lined with a paper towel, and I set them on the paper towel, and I'm just kind of lightly blotting any extra water off, because I'm going to sear these in the pan, and it's always a good idea to try to get as much moisture off, and that's going to help get a nice golden crust and not steam the mushrooms, but really just be able to get a nice saute on them. So I'm just kind of blotting them off a little bit, and they have softened up a bit, but I didn't want to go too long because you can see some of the water coming out of them already. That'll come out in the pan, but They've got a nice texture. I can tell they kind of feel like a scallop, kind of spongy a little bit. And so I'm going to take you over to the pan, and we're going to saute these babies. Alright, so at the stove, so I've got a frying pan here on kind of a medium-high heat. And I'm just going to season the scallops here with some black pepper. I'm not going to put any salt on it since I soaked it in salt water. But, you know, you probably could put a little sprinkle. I don't think that'll hurt. But, yeah, I'm just going to put some black pepper on here. See that? And then I've got some vegan butter that I'm going to saute in because scallops and butter are just delicious. So I've got this pan on, like I said, like a medium high. You want it kind of high so that it really sears and gets a nice color on the scallops. Hopefully my pan's not too hot because I've had it kind of preheating as I was prepping. So if your pan's too hot, I just kind of take it to the side. See, I just kind of go like this, fan it, cool it down just a touch. And I'm going to add in that butter in the pan. Like that. Might not need all that. Take the drop out. Put the butter in the pan. And then I'm just going to saute them up just like you would with scallops. Don't want to ever overcrowd a pan when you're sauteing. You want to be able to have some space to flip it, and that'll prevent things from steaming too. Get another guy in there. We'll do 2 batches. So there we go. So I've got that, and you can season the other side too if you like. I'm just going to do the one side. But basically just going to leave it alone. You don't actually want to touch it when you're sauteing something. That way it'll give it a chance to kind of get nice and golden brown on the other side. And that's what we want, is just to let it get nice and golden brown. So I'll check on it in like a minute, and then I'll flip it over. I just flipped everything over. It did not take any more than a minute when your pan's nice and hot. You see that nice golden color? That's what you're looking for. And so I'm just going to cook these up just a tad on the in the frying pan on the other side. And I'm going to use this same plate here. I'll cook this other batch in just a second here. And let me give it a little. Those are looking good. Look at that. How does that look for a nice scallop? It's just like it. I'll do a little taste test here in a second. These babies are looking beautiful. Look at that. I'm just putting this off to the side here. And I'm going to cook up the other batch here. And then we'll do a little taste test. And the scallops are done. Now that is pretty impressive. If I saw a picture of that or saw a video, my first guess of what this was, or I mean I wouldn't even guess, like I would say that is a scallop. I just have the top of the mushroom sautéing in the pan. There was just a little bit of butter left over in the pan, so I'm just sautéing up the top here. And yeah, let's give one of these guys a try, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with them. All right, the true test. All right, they look good, they smell good, and I have never tasted this. I haven't tried it yet, and I'm going to do something else with it. But I just want to try one. Look at that, by itself. So. Give it a nice little cut, which cuts very easily. Alright. I'm excited. Cool down a little bit, it's still warm. That's really good. The texture is a little chewy, like a mushroom still, but to be honest with you, the flavor sauteed like this, just keeping it very simple. This is how I would treat a scallop. I would just saute it in the pan with a little butter, season it with salt and pepper, and then I would, you know, use it however you would a scallop, eat it as a side dish or mix it in something. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to eat this today, but I wanted to give it a try by itself first, and yeah. That is very tasty. I like that. That is very, very good. That's very cool too. So, anyways, I'm going to wrap these up, and probably going to have them for lunch because it's only 8:30 in the morning. I'm filming this for you guys, so I'm going to do something with this, and I'll show you, give you some ideas. Alright guys, so at the dinner table actually, made this for Jen and I. Basically a pasta pesto with the scallops. So decided just to do a zucchini pasta actually. You could use regular pasta. You could do an Alfredo. You can do it just on the side with some rice. Anything really. Over a bed of polenta would be really good. But I had some pesto sauce that I made a little while back. I had it in my freezer. So I took some zucchini noodles and it's mixed with some roasted onions and peppers, broccoli, and tossed it with the pesto sauce. I've got the mushroom tops and I got the scallops. So yeah, that's going to be dinner, and very, very tasty. So make sure you give this a try. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've got hundreds of other recipes similar to this on the channel. Just have a look. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Have a super awesome day.